us. There's also the PBA opening this Sunday.
Tatrabaho.
It's happening already. 50th anniversary of the PBA, so we'll be there.
You'll be there. There was a Big Dome.
Yes.
Tama.
Well, we'll turn it over to you guys.
I'm
Kasi
surprised Donald Lim K-pop. Parang I cannot
you can reconcile. It was about K-pop.
I learned in life. I learned in K-pop.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay,
That's
we'll
a
look for that on
different
YouTube.
conversation.
I looked at all the topics who are the popular K-pop and all the lyrics, and you begin to realize why your kids listen to K-pop more than their parents.
Okay, parents, did you get that tip? I guess you will have to search for that TED Talk.
K-pop hunters and Netflix.
Right, supposedly.
Singing all day.
Okay.
Okay, guys, weekend is always primetime sports time, so take it away.
Maraming salamat. Once again, big story. Says Sean and Pauline, have a great weekend to the three of you. Meantime, on our show, to end the work week, we got a preview of a couple of rivalry games this weekend, including Ateneo versus LaSalle in the UAAP and Manila Clasico in the PBA, Ginebra versus the Hotshots, Magnolia Hotshots. Whew. For sports. Plus, volleyball superstar Bella Belen looking forward to her much-awaited PBL debut.
And of course, we've got the latest on another Alex Eala WTA match.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton-Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leads, puts it off. Unbelievable. On the left side. Bakulas rejecting Estevo for the
Well, a new chapter in Ateneo LaSalle's storied rivalry is all set for this weekend in UAAP men's basketball. The Blue Eagles and the Green Archers will face off for the first time in season 88. That will be at 5 in the afternoon on Sunday, as you can see on your screens, October 5th, and it will be at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. Ateneo will stake its perfect 3-0 start this season when they take on a LaSalle team that's coming off a hard-fought win over FEU. Blue Eagles head coach Tab Baldwin says they know what the Archers can bring to the floor, and it's just a matter of them knowing what to do to counter those. Both teams have played each other, though, in the preseason, so it won't be an unfamiliar matchup despite the new faces on each squad. Here's Coach Tab emphasizing the need for togetherness if Ateneo wants to keep its record unblemished.
We've got to get to work, and we've got to figure out how to handle this team. This was one of the few teams that we got some preseason experience against, and they beat us a couple of times. We know the strengths that they have, but our players really have to take time to understand those strengths, and we've got to get some quality practices in. Working against what we know LaSalle is going to bring. Tempo, toughness, rebounding, and across the board scoring ability. And so it's going to take a team effort. We know that, but we have some time to prepare, and we'll make the most of it.
Sunday's game will be the first time Mason Amos will face his former team Ateneo since he switched over to LaSalle. Now clad in green and white, Amos says he's treating the rivalry game like a regular elimination round matchup, but the former Gilas big understands that there's a bigger goal. Amos says he will bring his A-game, rival or not. Amos is coming off a breakout performance against the FEU Tamaraos, where he tallied 14 points and 4 assists. As for Deputy Coach Caloy Garcia, facing Ateneo will always be about pride. So he expects the Archers to come out with that mindset.
Of course, it's a rivalry. Again, it's another game. So I mean, it's eliminations. It's not the playoffs. We're not finished yet. So whoever's in the way, we're gonna have to take care of business and play as hard as we can.
When you play Ateneo, everything's back to zero. You can't put understandings. It's always about pride. So hopefully the players will come out, and play with pride on Sunday.
7 more games are on tap in UAAP basketball this weekend.
Let's take a look at the schedule right now on your screens. Here it is. Action will begin at 11:30 in the morning tomorrow with the USC Growling Tigresses facing the UE Lady Warriors. Then at 1:30 p.m., the respective men's teams will go head-to-head with both squads looking to bounce back from their respective losses. Men's play will continue at 4:30 in the afternoon with the defending champions, the UP Fighting Maroons, taking on the still undefeated NU Bulldogs. That will be a great match. Their women's teams will close out the game day on Saturday at 7 p.m. as the Maroons take their unblemished record when they take on the defending champs, the Lady Bulldogs. All 4 Saturday games will take place at the USC Quadricentennial Pavilion.
Besides Ateneo and LaSalle, FEU and Adamson will also clash on Sunday. The Lady Tamaraos and Lady Falcons will start things off at 11:30 a.m. Then their men's teams will get their turn at 2 p.m. The women's game between the Ateneo Blue Eagles and the De La Salle Lady Archers will meet at 7 p.m. to close out the weekend. Sunday games will be at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay, but of course, you can catch all the games live on One Sports, the UAAP Varsity Channel, and the Pilipinas Live app. We'll put the spotlight on another classic rivalry when we return. We get a preview of Manila Clasico as the PBA prepares to open its golden season in 2 days. You're watching Play-by-Play right here on One News.
Welcome back to Play-by-Play only here on One News. The PBA's 50th season is almost here, and what better way to kick off this golden year than with an epic rivalry? Well, Manila Clasico between Barangay Ginebra San Miguel and the Magnolia Hotshots will open the Philippine Cup. That will be on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Not only will it be L.A. Tenorio's debut game as Magnolia's head coach, but it will also be the first time he faces Ginebra, the team he played for in the past 13 years, as well as Tim Cone, his longtime mentor. Here now are PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall and Magnolia Governor Jason Webb talking about the significance of Manila Clasico as a season opener.
Kahit ano naman teams pwedeng ilagay sa opening ng 50th. Naiisip lang namin yon kasi lagyan natin konting drama, Team Cone versus L.A. Tenorio. So dun lang kami nanggagaling. Pero kahit sinong team ilagay mo doon, siguradong papasukin yun kasi 50th season natin.
We're honored that we were again given the opportunity to play to start the season, especially given the magnitude of the opening being the 50th season. We also recognize that, kumbaga, big game kagad, diba? It's something that I believe the fans it's going to be a treat for the fans. But at the same time, on our end, as a team, it is one of 11 games. They all count the same. But it would be nice to win.
Before the Manila Clasico tips off, the PBA will honor last season's top players with the Leo Awards. Junmar Pajardo of the San Miguel Beermen is in the running for his record-extending 9th Most Valuable Player Award. The other two candidates are Robert Bolick of the NLEX Road Warriors and Arvin Tolentino, formerly of the Northport Batang Pier. For Rookie of the Year, the nominees are Cedric Bearfield of Blackwater Bossing, RJ Abarrientos of Barangay Ginebra San Miguel, Kaylan Chongson of the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, and CJ Cancino of the Meralco Bolts. The candidates for Most Improved Player are Xavier Lucero of the Magnolia Hotshots, Joshua Munzon, who now plays for the Titan Ultra Giant Risers, Adrian Nocum of Rain or Shine, and Shawnee Winston of the Converge Fiber Xers. Finally, for the Avelino Samboy Lim Sportsmanship Award, possible winners are Aaron Black and Bong Quinto of Meralco, Stephen Holt and Scotty Thompson of Ginebra, Marshall Lassiter of San Miguel, Gian Mamuyak of Rain or Shine, and Tyler Tio of the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Meantime, the Titan Ultra Giant Risers make their first trade in team history with just a few days to go before the new season begins. Titan sent James Quecute to the Phoenix Fuel Masters in exchange for Ato Ular. Quecute originally played for the Blackwater Bossing but was traded to the Northport Batang Pier last April for Abu Tratter. Titan inherited Quecute when they bought the Northport franchise this offseason. Ular, meanwhile, also started his career with Blackwater back in 2022 before getting shipped to the NLEX Road Warriors and then to Phoenix.
Moving on to volleyball, Bella Belen 2.0 is all set for her highly anticipated PVL debut. The three-time UAAP MVP will play her first game with the Capital One Solar Spikers when they begin their reinforced conference on Tuesday. Capital One will face the Chocomucho Flying Titans. Belen is setting the bar high for her squad, believing that the Solar Spikers have what it takes to contend for a title. After a decorated collegiate career with National University, Belen also shined with Alas Pilipinas Women, helping the Nationals secure multiple medals in recent international competitions. Now she leads a young Solar Spikers roster under Alas Women head coach Jorge Souza de Brito. Belen will join forces with Ukrainian import Alexandra Bitsenko, Roma May Doromal, Pia Abu, and Iris Tolenada.
Siguro ang expectation ko sa sarili ko is kailangan masigitan ko pa yung pinakita ko sa UAAP. Kahit na alam ko na magkaibang level ng league talaga yung collegiate league sa PBL. Pero syempre malaki talaga expectation ko na kaya kong masigitan pa. And siguro sa team lang, since young team kami, parang ako I feel like kaya talaga namin lumaban. Kaya namin makapasok sa finals or what kung kailan. Basta parang game by game lang talaga. So malaki talaga expectation ko for myself and for my team. Siguro ano pa rin naman, parang same Bella pero 2.0. Siguro mas palaban, ganyan. Kasi syempre, yung mga makakalaban ko mas, may experience na sa akin. Kumbaga, talagang veterans na sila. So marami akong matututunan sa kanila. And kailangan ko lang, mag-perform talaga kung ano yung alam kong kaya kong gawin.
Well, as for the Vansicles, they hope their strong family connection can rub off on the Petro Gazz Angels. Brooke Vansicle's parents, Gary and Lisa Vansicle, now lead the Angels coaching staff. Gary takes over as the new head coach after the exit of Japanese mentor Koji Susurabara, while Lisa joins the staff as an assistant coach. For Brooke, having her mom and dad around is more than just volleyball. It's also about making up for lost time with family after years of living away in Hawaii. But Brooke is quick to add, once they're inside a court, it's all business. The Angels are gunning for a follow-up to the All-Filipino Conference crown they won earlier this year.
Well, that's the nice thing about growing up and having them as my coaches, right, my entire life, is that we already have an understanding and a common ground where it's once we step in the gym, they're not my parents. So they're very, they're very educated with volleyball. Their IQ is really great, and so they are able to make that, adjustment, that separation. So outside of volleyball, loving family, everything, but when we step on the court, it's all business, and we want to win. So at the end of the day, it's all professional, all business.
They kind of mentioned to us the last time, we kind of talked a little bit about volleyball, and they kind of wanted our background in it, and I guess about 3 or 4 weeks ago, they started reaching out more management, and we started talking and seeing if we were interested, and said yeah, and it kind of just escalated from that.
Well, I mean, we're from Hawaii. We got family back there. My dad's there, but my whole family's helping out with my dad, and we're all taking turns to watch him and help him. So I feel a little more at ease coming. So after that was kind of settled, then yes, it was an easy decision to be with Brooke, to be able to coach her again. We've been watching the team for a long time, honestly, ever since she's been here. So we're very familiar with the style of play that all the girls, other teammates have and all that. So yeah, we're excited.
In other volleyball news, NU Bulldogs head coach Dante Alinsunurin is beaming with pride over his players' impact on the global stage. Alinsunurin said seeing his stars suit up for Alas Pilipinas men in the 2025 F5VB Men's World Championship is a moment of honor, not just for him, but for the entire NU program. NU stars Woods Budin, Leo Ordiales, and Jade Disquitado were among the nationals who turned heads in Manila. Alas mainstays and former Bulldogs Brian Bagunas, Oa Retamar, and Kim Malabunga were also once coached by Alinsunurin. The multi-title tactician added that should any of his players receive offers from overseas clubs, he would welcome it as a proud milestone for the Bulldogs.
Well, sabi ko nga dun sa sobrang thankful ako na sa sitwasyon na yun kasi una-una sobrang ako yung pinaka-proud kami. Hindi lang naman ako pati yung buong NU coaching staff and aming managers namin sa sitwasyon kasi sobrang every time nanonood kami ng either nandun ako or yung mga player na nandun, sobrang nakakapag kasi alam namin yung programa namin sa NU is talagang pasok dun sa pagdating sa international. Kaya sobrang thankful ako dun sa naging performance na sobrang ganda talaga, and kahit sinong gamitin mo sa kanila or voting from the NU, talagang gumagawa. Sabi ko nga, di ba, ang programa namin, mas gusto namin na mas maraming makarecognize pa na volleyball player dito sa Pilipinas para hindi lang naman kami maging successful, pati yung volleyball dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya kami naman, wala namang problema sa amin kung may makuha sa amin or sino man yung pwedeng makuha mo.
Coming up, from classic basketball rivalries to a sibling rivalry, we tell you about Seth Curry's classic little brother move now that he's teammates with his big bro, Steph Curry. More sports news coming your way right here on Play by Play. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Play by Play on One News. Alex Eala's Suzhou Open journey comes to a heartbreaking end after falling just a point short of a semi-final slot. The 20-year-old Filipina tennis star bowed to Switzerland's Victoria Gulubic in a dramatic three-set quarterfinal clash, 6-2 to 6-6-7. Eala looked on track after rallying from a 3-5 deficit in the decider. She even held 2 match points at 40-15 in the 12th game. But the world number 70 Gulubic forced a tiebreak and shut out Eala with an unanswered 11-point run to seal the victory. It was the third straight match that Eala was forced into 3 sets, playing over 8 hours on court throughout the tournament. Despite the bitter exit, Eala is expected to climb to a new career-high ranking. She is currently sitting at number 54 in the live WTA rankings.
Happy Friday! Grabe, busy-busy na naman. It's a great time to be a sports fan. Tomorrow, syempre UAAP. This weekend, a lot of rivalries happening at Ateneo Lasal in the UAAP. Pero sa PBA, 2 days ago, before the first Manila Clasico to open the PBA's 50th season. So, for tonight's highlight reel, we've got the plays from this rivalry from their games last season. Sa'yo na to, pare. Hindi natin kailangan ng script. First up, Manila Clasico, all-Filipino edition, last June 1. Let's go here. Jerome Lastimosa not using that screen. And look at that reverse over Japet Aguilar, the former King Falcon. What a stellar talent Jerome Lastimosa is. And I quote his new coach, L.A. Tenorio, sabi niya, Pards, Lastimosa is at 100%. Napakagaling. You should watch out for him. We know what he can do back in the collegiate ranks in the UAAP. But watch out for Jerome, recovering from the horrendous ACL injuries he's had in the past. But now Jerome is up and coming, and he's ready to go with Coach L.A. guiding him. Lastimosa, by the way, had 8 points in this Christmas Clasico matchup. Ginebra side this time. Lastimosa, nope. Doesn't hit the ring even there. Now here's Stephen Holt off to Thompson. Now Scotty to his partner, Japet Aguilar. And Japet knows what to do with the rest here. In full display, Thompson to Aguilar. What a fast break there to perfection. That was run by Ginebra. Japet slamming. Tama si Polly. May mautak din to si Polly. Pre, tama yung ginawa mo. Huwag mo nang i-challenge si Japet. He just let Japet go for that slam. And Aguilar top scoring for Ginebra here. 17 points on this one. The Gin Kings take an 85-81 lead, as you can see on a scoreboard here, which spoiled William Navarro's debut for the Hot Shots. Actually, yun yung final score noon, time na yun. Here, this was way back in the first. Okay, fast forward. Next, from the Commissioner's Cup. Ito yung Manila Clasico Christmas edition pala. Ito. Jeric Balanza, the former Letran Knight. Take a look at Balanza, the spin on Ahan Misi. What a play there by Balanza. What a story also for Jeric. We know what he had to go through in college in Letran. He had to sit out a season because of that blood clot in his head. Pero Balanza, he was really a great addition who can play both ends of the floor. Great defender for a wing. But we know he was traded along with Calvin Abueva for William Navarro earlier this year. That sent him to Northport now, which is Titan. Balanza, by the way, finishing with 8 points, 3 rebounds in this particular game. Christmas Clasico. Okay, this time, let's go to Ginebra. Brownlee has it against, dropping save Lucero. Finds RJ Abarrientos. Corner, knocking down the 3. This is in the third quarter. And they were down by a lot here at this point against Magnolia, down by 19. But that rallied because after this, that will be the first of 3 straight threes from RJ Abarrientos. Actually, may next play pa dapat ito eh. Tingnan natin if they will roll the next play in 3, 2, 1. Wala na ba? Wala na yung other play. There was another play after that sent Abarrientos, hit the 3 in the corner. He had 3 straight threes in this particular point. That was the first one. Brownlee had 5 assists on this one. That's one of those. And Abarrientos, by the way, finishing with 12 markers. He also had 5 threes and 5 assists. Okay, final play for a highlight reel for this Friday and this week. Here's Justin Brownlee, the handoff to Abarrientos. Baroka defending well. Nalilito na kahit si De La Rosa. Abarrientos finds Thompson for the win. Bang! 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 Merry Christmas, sabi ni Scotty. And look at Ginebra, the team jumping up and down, the fans going crazy. I know his wife was seen also here. It was panned to her, to Jinky, and to Aster. Look at that corner 3 by my compare Scotty. Inanak ko, hindi si Aster, yung pangalawang anak, si Austin. He's my godson. And look at Coach Tim celebrating there, even Ralph Koo. And look at the teammates of Scotty, LA. At that point, they knew that was going in. Scotty practices that 3 at the corner so many times that it just becomes routine. And they win the game. Thompson finishing with a game. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and a block. Ginebra eventually beating kasi tabla dito eh. But that was the game winner, 95-92 final score, Christmas Clasico. So exciting to find out what will happen this Sunday. Coach Eala Tenorio against his former team, Barangay Ginebra, Manila Clasico to open the PBA's 50th season. Check.
And before we go, even though they're already pros and teammates in the NBA, Seth Curry made sure to pull off a classic little brother move on his older brother, Steph Curry. Seth, who just joined the Golden State Warriors, shares that he tried to buy the jersey number 30 from Steph. The older Curry has worn number 30 his entire career. But those are the same digits his little bro wore when he played for the Charlotte Hornets. Of course, their father, Del Curry, rocked number 30 as well during his NBA career. Steph replied in jest that he didn't need the money. And even Seth admits that the NBA might not like the idea of Steph changing numbers. Seth agreed to a 1-year deal with the Dubs. This will be the first time he will get to play alongside his brother at the pro level. The Warriors say Seth will wear number 31.
Well, he's worn number 31 naman in other teams as well, si Seth. And that will just be awkward. That will break a lot of Golden State Warriors fans, Steph Curry fans, na may jersey ni Steph number 30 since his rookie year. So imagine if nagpalit sila ng number, but I'm sure that's just a fun joke within the family dahil yung tatay nga nila, si Del Curry, also wore the number 30. And that's all from us tonight. No, and for this week, but you can catch us again on Monday, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Happy weekend, guys. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton Calao. Thank you for watching. Good night.